For those of you that don't know who Clutch Industries are, that's okay. They used to be an OEM manufacturer for Ford, Holden, Nissan and Toyota when they were manufacturing cars in Australia. Now obviously when they stopped manufacturing cars in Australia, the guys at Clutch Industries, they switched over to aftermarket performance and four-wheel drive clutches. And that has led to the production design of the UniClutch product, which we've been obviously using over the last 6 months in Motive Garage with great results in our Z and Supra. And we've also showcased all of the technology behind it. Well, we're at their facility in Melbourne now where they manufacture the UniClutch. And we're gonna go take a look at the entire production procedure and run you through the R&D and testing department so you can understand why we're putting support behind this product. First up, we're gonna take a look at the production and assembly process before we take a look at the R&D and testing processes here at Clutch Industries for UniClutch. Now it all starts here with this CNC machine. The raw material is loaded into these pallets, which automatically get loaded in and go through the CNC process. It means they can just get a whole bunch of material ready and let it go. They don't have to load every single one in one at a time, which is way more efficient to get things done. Now what gets made in the CNC machine? Well, the clutch cover, the pressure plate, the intermediate plate, and the base plate with the integrated flywheel are all done right here in this CNC machine in Melbourne. So when things come out of the CNC machine, they get stacked vertically like this, so it makes it easier for the assembly process. The other thing you'll notice is this little QR code that you can see right here on this pressure plate. If you scan this as a customer, if you ever need to look at your clutch, you'll get information about when the clutch was produced, as well as the quality control behind it as well. The next stage in the production process is the clutch covers need to be painted. Blue for street and red for the UniClutch track. They also paint all of the adapters here black as well. After that, in this room, the clutch cover has the diaphragm riveted in, so it's then off to complete assembly. One thing that's manufactured off-site for the UniClutch is the adapter ring, and that's because it's laser cut by a specialist. Now they arrive like this in a raw finish, they get cleaned up, they get painted and have the markings put on so that you know which holes to use for your application. A couple of things that aren't produced in-house by Clutch Industries for the UniClutch is the diaphragm and the clutch plates. Now the diaphragm is actually made by a spring manufacturer. As you can imagine, that's a very specialist job to do, and it is made to spec to what the guys at Clutch Industries want. The clutch plate itself is done by the friction manufacturer because it's a very specialist procedure to adhere the friction material to the clutch plate. It's obviously done to UniClutch spec. You can see this one has both organic and cerametallic, while the UniClutch track uses a full face cerametallic with these slots cut in. What are they for? They help dissipate heat and help dissipate the dust that builds up inside the clutch as well. The most surprising thing about the UniClutch track when you look at it is you would normally think this is quite an aggressive clutch to drive, being full face cerametallic, but when you drive a UniClutch track, they drive fantastic, and in fact the Supra version drove better than stock. Pretty impressive stuff to make that sort of material drive that good. As we discussed in our technical feature, Clutch Industries were able to produce a twin plate clutch that's very cost effective. Now, because they don't have to make hundreds of different product lines, there's only a few different products to suit multiple different applications. That keeps the cost down on a twin plate clutch. You can see behind me here, pallets of all the different components are all lined up, ready to go so they can get final assembly. So right here is the assembly station for the UniClutch. You can see all of the products laid out so you can grab them easily and assemble them. We've got the intermediate plate, the pressure plate, the clutch cover, the clutch discs, the base plate with integrated flywheel, which already has the dowels and springs in it ready to go. And then it comes over to this jig where you basically, it goes together by hand before it becomes automated after that. The automated process is getting the correct torque to all of the bolts. It also settles the diaphragm so that you don't have the issue of it changing once it's in the car and has been used a couple of times. And then they have an automated process for quality control to check the release of the clutch is correct. Then it gets the final QR code, which is the one that you can scan when you receive your UniClutch, with all the information about the clutch, including torque settings, clamping force, as well as when it was manufactured. After this, onto a conveyor belt for the final logo put on there and final packaging before it's delivered to you. Now, the way they do this, they can pump out a clutch about every 3 minutes. It's probably going to take me a little bit longer for the first couple, because I'm going to put a couple together, could end up in your car. Let's go. As I mentioned earlier in the video, one of the best things about Clutch Industries is they can do durability testing. This is left over from the days that they were doing OEM clutches for Ford, Holden, Nissan and Toyota. But it's of great benefit to you guys because durability testing, they don't just test that the clutch actually works, they test how long it will work for. How much durability testing are we talking? Well, how about 1.5 million repetitions of an action within the clutch to make sure that it can last. Now behind me we have a pull type clutch, which is actually a new development for UniClutch based on our viewers watching the videos we've done and said, can you please do a pull type clutch? And what they're doing here is essentially pulling out the diaphragm, releasing it again, and they do that 1.5 million times. In this, it takes about 4 or 5 days non-stop to do it. We've actually paused it at 1.06 million repetitions so far. So that will continue on to make sure it can go the distance. The machine to my right tests the springs. It applies 500 Newton meters of torque on and off, simulating on and off the throttle to 500 Newton meters. And what this is doing is testing the durability of the springs and also making sure there's temperature in them while they're testing that durability. And it also tests the material of the actual clutch plate itself. Have they had failures in here before? Of course they have. That's why they do the durability testing to make sure they use the right product. Now you're probably wondering why the next step in the durability test looks like an oven. Well, that's because it is an oven. This tests the release bearing durability and they preheat it to 180 degrees because obviously inside the gearbox, a release bearing is going to be, well, at temperature. So they want to make sure that when it's at that temperature, they don't have any durability issues of the grease degrading or the bearing overheating, etc. So that's what this does. Behind me is something I didn't even know existed. And that's because, well, it kind of doesn't exist. The guys from Clutch Industries had a custom built clutch dyno made for their durability testing in the OEM days. And obviously still using it now. You can see the motor and the generator, so it can essentially test both engagement and disengagement. So it can simulate everything from taking off normal at the lights, hard gear changes, and downshifting, and how all of that affects the clutch. They've also got up to 800 Newton meters they can apply to the clutch to see when it will start slipping over time. So when it comes to durability testing, a clutch dyno is a pretty awesome piece of kit. We're going to finish the tour of Clutch Industries in the car park. Why? Well, bench testing and durability testing are one thing, but you still need real world testing. And a lot of the cars in the car park owned by the staff all have UniClutches in them, so they can test them in the real world. And one car you should all know from watching our channel is the Toyota Supra.